What's happening, Wargamers? Welcome to the After Action Report. And oh my goodness, I think the dice just played a game.
Yes.
I don't think
yes.
we played a game. I think the dice played a game.
Well, there was a little bit of stuff, a little positioning that really did matter. There was a couple people that were out of position.
There were, and
some of those people are out of position because of Spider Infected, which again goes back to dice.
And I think what happened there is that there was probably two key attacks that did not come through with for you. One, like Rocket getting taken down to a got your back was a big deal. Because like if Rocket had gotten another attack in, either Bucky or Fury was going down. Probably. I don't know.
I'm also going to say that when I threw Bucky into Nick and Nick didn't go down to it, that was nuts.
That was huge as well.
That was cool.
That was very huge as well. Yeah.
But no, definitely like Nebula getting like offed early on and me not getting priority off of it was kind of a bad space, I think. I had the option, instead of going into Natasha and knocking her out, I could have gone into Iron Man, who had already acted. And
you were going after points, right?
Well, I was, but at the same time, I could have also gone after Iron Man and put some damage into him, as opposed and taken priority to gain points in the following turn.
Yeah. And let's also not ignore the fact that this shield list is kind of a tuned shield list.
Sure.
Yeah, like it is one of those things. I think your Guardians list had opportunities to do much better than what they did.
It was actually, I felt like that you could focus them down a lot better, and that meant that a lot of my advantages, like Deadly Duo and Galaxy's Greatest, I didn't really get to pay off on as much because you could finish them off.
And I just systematically went out one-on-one.
Yeah.
And I also got to admit, my attack dice were absolutely bonkers. I think I rolled two bad attacks that whole game.
Yeah.
And one of them was from the shield agent, so who cares?
Yeah,
right?
Yeah, that's fair.
And that's like that is a big story of this game. Like the attack dice went absolutely bonkers, and unfortunately they decided to go cold on a couple key ones for you. And
I think I only had two bad attack rolls in the whole of the game as well, but I think the volume of attacks coming out of the shield list is just so much more. So
it is, and let's be honest, Gamma is not really the fight that Guardians want to be in.
On the other hand, I totally felt like Spider Infected did their job most of the time here, right?
Well, I mean, these guys have been knocked down a position so badly a lot of the time, because I think they're like one of the few ones that really got knocked around a lot.
Yeah, well, and sadly, it bit me in the butt over here where Beta Ray got knocked back into the wing, and I'm like, I was in this great position to go after people. But
it was kind of an interesting way, the way this game kind of went down. Like, there was opportunity there, but the dice were just so hot on both sides for a lot of rolls.
Yeah.
And mostly the attacks. Because, okay, so let's not ignore the bugbear in here. Dazed, injured. Like, you did do some good attrition into my team, right?
Yeah, it's just you were able to focus down faster, right? So
yeah, and that's really what it kind of came down to. And Beta Ray, oh man, if he had been able to take out Nick, because him taking out Nick would have changed some things as well for you. It would have freed up a whole bunch of stuff right there. A bunch of points not being scored all of a sudden.
Well, and me potentially getting those points there instead of back here, right? So
yeah, like it's just one of those things. And like Rocket getting taken down to the got your back, like Bucky was just on fire this game.
Yeah, Bucky did some really hard work. I was trying to take him down early, and you placed him in really great positions so that I was forced to kind of throw things at Iron Man and Natasha when I didn't want to.
He also got really good use out of his Hydra tactics, which was kind of a big deal as well.
Yeah, you guys definitely had a pretty good shield ball back here that you could just kind of dance around.
Yeah, so I feel like in this particular list, I think I came with a little bit of a harder one than what you had. That's not to say you didn't have opportunities, but I think this shield, and I think the problem is like I did. Before this game started, I did kind of say, what, I kind of want to play my shield roster.
Yep.
And at the time, you were kind of bandying around this idea of a Malekith, Beta Ray, Star-Lord list, which, I mean, Malekith alone would have made a big difference in this particular game.
Yeah, definitely.
Which could have been very different, and that's kind of what happened here. And then after I'd already chosen my guys, then you told me you were going full Guardians, and it's like, I don't really know. I didn't want to go back and make tune adjustments because I don't want to because that's the last thing you want to do. You never want to throw the game, as it were, type thing. And because I mean, in my roster, I could have dug out I don't know who's in my roster currently that I could have dug out.
Sure.
Sentinel Prime maybe. Eat up Natasha and I don't know, Iron Man or Bucky or something like that.
Sure.
Would have been a slightly different thing. But yeah, no, I think right down the middle really allowed Shield to play the game it wanted to play.
I agree.
And that kind of hurt. The Guardians a little bit. You neglected to use We Are Groot.
Yes, yeah, and it was a big mistake. There was the one turn here where I moved Beta Ray over, and I was like, oh, yeah, that's fine. Meant to use Groot, and I'm like, you know what, I'll probably be able to use it anyways later. And
I mean, in all fairness, Tony really did pop off with that attack.
He sure did, right? And my defense dice did not show up at all. So
yeah, well, rolling the 2 skulls didn't help either, and just so there was some unfortunate rolls that did not quite follow through for you. And again, it goes back to dice rolls were dicing hard in this game.
Yep,
very hard.
Yeah, it was weird. Weird game all around for that. So
I do think that this is the first game where I fought against Beta Ray where I don't. Well, no, there was that Black Order game, but Beta Ray I feel usually has a much more impactful presence in the game.
Yep.
And this one, I don't think he got the opportunity.
I agree.
Because I never really went into him either, did I?
Nope. No. He ended the game with 0 damage on him, and he prevented 1 damage from radiation, and I think 1 damage from an attack, and that was it.
So I mean, there's there were so many little opportunities that if they had just gone slightly different with the way the dice have gone, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Because you're right. Like I was able to just throw so many dice, and I mean, my Shield agents just. I don't know what's up with them. They eat their Wheaties every friggin' game and just roll dice like fiends. There's something weirdly busted about them. I don't know what's up with that. So yeah, I don't know. Like, is there anything you would have changed? Like, did you feel a Rocket Groot combination was worth it?
No, but it wasn't. It was that Rocket was not enough, and Groot was too easy to kill with energy attacks.
Now, out of curiosity, had you considered maybe dropping the Stone and Groot for Gamora?
No, actually, I had Rhino sitting waiting in the weeds, and/or Blob instead. So
Rhino would have been an interesting one, actually.
I think he would have done much better in this up the middle kind of situation. But I was worried about him becoming Beta Ray builds and knocked off to the side, and not really mattering as much.
But remember, does Rhino have aggressive? I can't remember.
I know he has ornery, but
he's got ornery at the very least. He's got that range 3 place with his attacks, and robbery would have been a good one as well.
Yep.
Ooh, yeah. You know what? I think if you had brought Rhino, it would have been a slightly different game. Because a lot of my attacks, even though I was rolling really hot, that damage reduction would have gone a long way for you, right?
But I was really trying to try out Galaxy's Greatest here, so that was a big part of that. So
unfortunately, we didn't really get a good showing for it.
Not this time.
But there will be more because I mean we got to get Cosmic Ghost Rider on the table.
Yes,
right?
Absolutely.
And that's going to be a big one. Like you're probably wondering why you didn't see him, and that's just because I haven't got him painted yet.
Yes, only so much painting time in the week, right?
Exactly. And Shatterpoint's unfortunately eating a lot of it at the moment. But yeah, so you definitely will be seeing Cosmic Ghost Rider in the next few videos for sure.
And maybe he'll be part of the Galaxy's Greatest.
Maybe we'll see him in Black Order. We don't really know just yet. Because we also got to get new Wakanda and Criminal Syndicate on the table as well, right?
That's going to be fun.
And I'm looking forward to that one. By the time this goes out, they might have been on the table. It all depends on how painting happens.
Yeah, man.
It was interesting. I do think that Dice won the game.
So remember, boys and girls, practice rolling your dice at home, and eventually you can roll just as good as us.
Exactly. Remember, cook your dice. Toss those in the microwave, cook your dice. Maybe put some lead pips on there.
Bruce Brand Studios is not responsible for any dice malfunctions and or microwave malfunctions as a result of this video.
But every event I go to, people are not going to be like, check your dice. I'm going to show up at the table. They're just going to have a salt bath waiting for me to go on this one. Definitely do not endorse cooking your dice. Unless it's like an all-sided D20. Like all 20s. Bring that out. Know your DM. Just good fun. It's called the Holy Roller. I have one. I love it. But yeah, like unfortunately, with the way this game kind of went, there's not really a whole lot that we can say about it. Like I think a subtle change for Rhino might have made a difference for you, but at the same time, your list had potential.
Yep. Right? Yeah. No, it was a little soft to energy, which you were good at, and yeah, we just I needed to put the pieces into a different order than we had shown here. So we'll see next time.
And if you'd been able to steal priority like one round earlier,
yes,
it might have been a bit different as
100%.
well. But I mean, it is a dice game. Sometimes that happens. And I mean, Troop, you've gotten some really good shellackings in on me lately anyway.
That's fair.
So
That's fair.
I was about due for a shellacking back. Right?
I can appreciate that. I can appreciate that.
But yeah, so I think that's pretty much it. So yeah, 17 to 10, Shield. Tune in next bat time on this bat channel. Mixing our licenses there. We will see you next time, guys. And remember, if you want to support the channel, patreon.com/AegisBrand Studios. There is a link in the description below. We will see you next time. Happy wargaming.